The audience may be seated. What's up, yo? In case you didn't hear what Mark just said, he said to her, "What's up, yo?" I get an idea that might be how the marriage goes. It's a wonderful privilege for me to be here, and before we get started, Kim, you look beautiful. And Mark, you look happy. And it really is a privilege to be here. I represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. My name is Cabe Atkins, and I'm the stake president. I'm actually Kim's stake president. And a week ago, I had the opportunity I've known Kim for a couple of years now, have great admiration for her. But Mark, it was the first time I met him last week. And they came with, I think there were only 5 kids, but it seemed like there were like 300 kids with them. And it was the coolest thing because I couldn't tell whose kids were who. And the reason for that is because you were both so engaged with all of them. I was so impressed with that. And so I have to tell you, I believe wholeheartedly that this is an incredible decision. I believe wholeheartedly that God is behind this. I believe wholeheartedly that God is so grateful for this day. And it's ordained of God. And so it's such a privilege to be here, and I'm excited for the opportunity and the privilege of saying some sacred words here in just a minute. And then being able to announce, this one's just for pretend, this isn't real yet, but to announce you as husband and wife soon. There are just a couple of things, and I'm not going to preach to you. You've experienced life, both of you. You've had some real highs and you've had some lows. You've had a chance to really experience what mortality is all about. But there are a few things that I might just remind you about, if that's okay. And it might sound strange, and I'm going to talk about this at a wedding, but I'm going to talk a little bit about regret. And that you will never regret saying I love you, ever. I have never met anyone in my entire life that has regretted saying to the people that they love, I love you. So say it often. Look deeply into each other's eyes often and say, I love you. You will never, ever regret it. You'll never regret being kind. Sometimes that won't be easy. But again, I have never met anyone who has regretted being simply kind. So be kind. Be slow to anger. You'll never regret it. And it will be hard because life happens and life gets difficult. But be slow to anger and you'll never regret it. You'll never regret not yelling. And sometimes that's hard too. But if you'll keep a soft voice when you're at your most angry times, you will never ever regret it. You'll never regret saying the words, I am so sorry. Those are beautiful words. And you will need to say them, Mark. You'll never regret saying the words, it's okay. I love you. Those are beautiful words too. And you'll never regret looking heavenwards and saying, please bless my sweetheart. Please, God of heaven, bless my sweetheart. Bless my husband. Bless my wife. Whether it be on your knees in the morning or at night, or whether it be in the car on your way to work, to simply look heavenward and say, God of heaven, please watch over. Please protect. Please bless. And then let each other hear you say, God of heaven, I love her. God of heaven, I love him. That's an important thing. So now with that, we'll go ahead and we'll start with the ceremony. Please take each other by the right hand. Mark Andrew Patterson and Kimberly Kara Anderson, you have taken one another by the right hand in the token of the covenants you will now enter into in the presence of God and these witnesses. Mark Andrew Patterson, do you take Kimberly Kara Anderson as your lawfully wedded wife, and do you of your own free will and choice covenant as her companion and lawfully wedded husband, that you will cleave unto her and none else, that you will observe all the laws, covenants, and obligations pertaining to the holy state of matrimony, and that you will love, honor, and cherish her as long as you both shall live?
What do you guys think? I do.
Kimberly Kara Anderson, do you take Mark Andrew Patterson as your lawfully wedded husband, and do you of your own free will and choice covenant as his companion and lawfully wedded wife, that you will cleave unto him and none else, that you will observe all the laws, covenants, and obligations pertaining to the holy state of matrimony, and that you will love, honor, and cherish him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By virtue of the legal authority vested in me as an elder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I pronounce you, Mark and Kimberly, husband and wife, legally and lawfully wedded for the period of your mortal lives. May God bless your union with joy in your posterity and a long life of happiness together, and may he enable you to keep the sacred covenant you have made. These blessings I invoke upon you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. We now have the opportunity. They would like to exchange vows. So, now the right time? All right, who would like to go first?
We didn't talk about that.
Mark, why don't you go first? You might want to come this way just a little bit, that microphone catch you.
So Kim kept harassing me for like 2 weeks. I need to write my vows. And then last night she's like, have you written your vows yet? I'm like, no. And cause it's hard to say what I feel. When I got divorced last year, I really planned on being single for a long time. Being a single dad and just figuring it out. And now, 6 months to the day that we met, we're married. My kids have 2 awesome moms, you know, and I have a partner that makes me feel different than I've ever felt. Loves me in a way that is unique. And puts up with me. And laughs with me. And gets my sense of humor. I'm really excited, Kim. I just want you to know that I'm going to try to always be a good husband, even when it's hard. And I'm going to try to be a good dad to my kids and your kids. And I just ask that you love me and be patient with me. I love you so much. Sure. She wrote a novel, so you guys just...
Yeah, I'm known to be long-winded. It is long, be prepared. Okay. Mark, I don't believe I can express in words what you mean to me, and how you've changed my life so drastically in the last 6 months, but I'm gonna try. Just over 2 years ago, I was in a really bad place. I was miserable, afraid, lonely, overwhelmed, exhausted, and at the end of a very long, difficult rope that I had been traversing for many years. I was at the lowest point in my life that I had ever been. With the help of my wonderful friend Christy and loving, supportive family, I was able to muster the courage to leave a difficult situation behind, in a hope of a better future for myself and my children. At that moment, I didn't think I would ever remarry. I honestly thought I would be single and lonely the rest of my life, which I tried to come to terms with. I would see couples that seemed so in love with a great working relationship and not believe that that kind of relationship was ever possible. They must be putting on a show, I would think. It took me 1.5 years to even consider dating anyone. I didn't feel I was worthy of a man's love, or at least the love of the kind of man I wanted in my life. I met a few men, but none of them had the qualities that I knew I needed to have in that great relationship, that I still didn't totally believe was possible. that I met you. You scared me at first. You were very forward and open. You didn't hide anything. You told me all about yourself and who you were, even the stuff many people would hesitate to share right away. When we finally met at the bowling alley, there was an immediate connection. After our date, when you told me you had a permagrin the rest of the night, I could tell I wasn't the only one who felt the connection. Quickly, our relationship progressed, and I started to realize that those couples that I would see around town had what I thought was a perfect relationship actually had less than what we shared. Friends and family would look and ask, why so fast? Why are you in such a hurry? All we could say is that we just knew. We share something that we can't explain. We complete each other. We buoy each other up and we make each other better. We fell in love so quickly and so deeply. You have the qualities of a man that I never thought existed. You're fun, positive, driven, loving, responsible, caring, planning, exciting, sexy, selfless, an amazing father, a great partner. You love the Lord and you treat me like a woman should be treated. You are the man that I didn't think existed. We have the relationship that I thought wasn't possible. How is it possible for us to go this long without ever having a fight? We are the perfect team, and I thank God we found each other. Who knew God works through Tinder? Today, we begin our married life together, and soon we will be sealed in the temple for time and all eternity. I could not ask for anything more. You have filled my life more than anyone else could. I am ecstatic to become your wife and excited to see what's next in our lives together. I'm thrilled that every day we will be together to conquer whatever life throws at us. I'm almost done. Today, I promise you to love you for eternity, to be your best friend and confidant, to be your partner in all aspects of life. I promise to love your children as my own and be the best bonus mom I can be. I promise to dance with you in the kitchen, to sing along loudly with you in the car to 90s music and not complain about your pitch. I promise to continue to encourage and help you grow and progress every day as you do for me. I promise to support you in your goals and aspirations and boost you up when you are down. I promise to cleave unto you as we build our God-centered home together. I know that God has brought us together, and I will be forever thankful that I get to call you husband.
Mine just sucked.
No, it didn't.
Robbie and Nixon, if you have those rings, if you'll bring those up.
Give that to him. Switch places.
Why do you get two?
You bought them, tell me.
If you placed it on her hand first.
Nervous or something? Oh. Which hand? This one? That one? Oh, there.
And now you may kiss each other as husband and wife. And now it's just kind of an opportunity just to show the unity that exists in this family. That it's not mine and yours, but this, what I felt and what they've shown so often is ours. This is ours. And so now, if we'll go ahead and hand out those flowers, and you'll see what this all means.
Here, have less hold that. Have less hold that one. Take the purple one. And have the kids take the one. Okay.
Put your basket down.
Take a flower. Take a flower. I did an extra one, I guess.
Oh.
That doesn't mean anything.
I love that. What a great sign of unity and what family is all about. I now have the great privilege of presenting to you Mr. and Mrs. Patterson.